Okay, we're back to Retro Reviews, this time Doctor Who with the Sontaran Experiment Part 1. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and in the Sontaran experiment, we kind of continued the story of the Dr. Harry and Sarah Jane transporting down from the space station. The transmat, however, is not in perfect working order as the doctor comes down immediately. It takes 2 or 3 tries for Harry to make it, and Sarah Jane is left over the hill somewhere. At any rate, the doctor says all we have to do is fix these reflectors and things will be just fine. And when it's time for the colonists to transmat down, that will be ready for them. And so he goes to work on it with his sonic screwdriver, and to get Harry and Sarah Jane out of his way, he says, go that way. That's where Piccadilly was 10,000 years ago. And so they go exploring. And what we find is that there is somebody else on the planet. The doctor had said to Harry and Sarah Jane that there hadn't been anybody on the planet for thousands of years. And yet there were a group of military types who were human that had apparently crash landed and were about. And there was also a robot of some sort that was patrolling. And we find out as the story goes along that the robot is not with the astronauts, and the astronauts didn't crash their ship. They just landed and it was vaporized. And where there was 9 of them before, there's only 3 of them left. Now, without going into great detail of what happens, what we find is the doctor's captured and expected to be part of what caused the other astronauts to vanish, and also not able to defend himself as to where he came from. They thought the space station was just a legend like Atlantis, and they expected the doctor was some kind of spy. Although the leader did say that it seemed to be very unlikely that he would have such an unbelievable story, that if he was truly some kind of spy or someone that wished them harm, that he would have a more believable story. Nevertheless, he is distracted by a 4th member of the team who had been absconded by what he called the rock creatures, and where that machine that was patrolling was actually catching them. Now, of course, we have Sarah Jane and Harry and the doctor all split up, and neither one of them knows where the other one is. However, Sarah Jane happens to find this 3rd astronaut, and he takes her to the encampment where the others are, but scared to join them because he feels like that they have been somehow compromised. And so as he provides a diversion, Sarah Jane sneaks in and releases the doctor, and that's where we find them trying to catch up with each other. Eventually, Sarah Jane and the doctor are caught, and they're being brought in at the same time that Harry comes along the same way. And of course, there is a reveal at the end. Now, the Sontarans, and this is in the tradition of all of the older multi-part Doctor Who adventures, is that you never see who the enemy is going to be until the end of the first episode, sometimes even only a hint of that. In this case, since there are only 2 parts to the Sontaran experiment, we see our first Sontaran at the very end of the episode. We don't know what their plans are, why they want to be on Earth, why they would even think anybody is there. Maybe it's a useful place to set up a base, who knows. However it is, we will, of course, find that out in the second installment. But apparently they had something out there that was trolling for other life forms and actually set traps for them. So it's an interesting idea as to what exactly they were after, what they expected to find, and what they're going after now. but as our heroes all manage to be pretty much in the same place at the same time now, we'll see some action and, of course, resolution to the story. In my opinion, the robot was very well built, even better built than what we've seen before in the first Tom Baker adventure called Robot. This is a much more developed kind of prop and does pretty well. And then, of course, all this done on location is also helpful. They seem to be doing more of it. We see the doctor as being pretty fearless even after he's tied up and threatened with a knife. He's just basically holding to his story and wondering why anybody would want to do anything to him. And turns out that they generally don't. His confidence sometimes is what saves him. The Sontaran Experiment Part 1, and hope that you enjoy it if you've watched it, or we'll encourage you to watch it. It's nice seeing the acting here. The interplay between Harry and Sarah Jane is becoming a bit more refined, rebuking him for treating her as an inferior. She's not having that, and good for her. And, of course, we see more of the personality of Tom Baker's doctor coming out here. So we'll see what he's up to in the second installment. So in the meantime, why not support this channel by subscribing? And if you've already subscribed, or even if you haven't already subscribed, also click the like button and help us make more attention gathering to the YouTube algorithm, and we would be happy to be able to grow our channel with the things that we offer. We have retro reviews of Doctor Who, also of Star Trek the original series. We're following Picard. We're following any kind of development that's happening for the new season of Doctor Who with David Tennant, the specials. And we have other things that we're following as well. We're finishing up on The Last of Us. We're looking for other things to cover. You never know what's going to come up next. So we hope that we have your support for this channel. It won't cost you any money, so there you have something there. So in the meantime, don't go far.